By 2026, some of the common tech job roles that we know of today might not even exist. If you are in software, if you're in support, if you're in management, you might already be on the chopping block. So which tech jobs are actually disappearing in 2026? In this video, I'll be explaining which tech job roles are at risk and how you can stay ahead of the game. What better way to find out this information other than asking AI itself? You tell me, ChatGPT, what tech jobs would be at risk in 2026? So let's go over the list that has been created by ChatGPT. So we have junior entry-level software developers. Why is vulnerable? AI tools such as code completion, bug fixing, and boilerplate generation are increasingly able to handle repetitive coding tasks. What might replace or reduce it would be larger resilience on AI engineers, code generation tool, fewer people needed for trivial code. This might shift towards oversight, review, and customization. It's quite sad to see that junior or entry-level software developer roles are on the chopping block here. I mean, we are all encouraged to take on some entry-level roles so that you can start to build experience in your desired field. But I wonder what is about to happen if entry-level roles are already being replaced by AI that can do these repetitive tasks. I find that to be really sad. Second on the list, we have QA or software testers doing repetitive manual testing. Why this is vulnerable is because of automation and AI test frameworks that can generate test suites, run tests, detect bugs. Manual testing is costly and slower. I think I get it. When something is very repetitive or manual, if you don't automate it, first of all, it is very slow. Second of all, you might not be able to completely detect all the bugs necessary. And AI can do this quicker. But I'm actually picking up a pattern here. AI is actually replacing repetitive tasks, something that requires the same steps to achieve the same results all the time. So in this case, it's saying more test automation engineers might replace QA or software testers. So rather than relying on knowing manual testing, if you lean towards test automation, there is a higher chance of you still remaining relevant in the current changing AI world. Okay, so we have technical writers or documentation creators for basic content. Generative AI can create first drafts of documentation. Style guides can be automated to some degree. And roles now are shifting to reviewing, curating, ensuring correctness, maintaining more advanced and specialized documentation. This somehow feels like it's targeting roles like business analyst roles. We are told that as a business analyst, we are meant to be writing requirements, but this is something that generative AI can do now. Obviously, once generative AI generates the first draft, you need to be able to review this draft to ensure that it is correct. And I think that is why it has said here that roles are shifting to reviewing, curating, ensuring correctness, and maintaining more advanced specialized documentation. So to be honest, AI is not always correct, but AI does a good job at generating your first starting point to whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So if you are relying on being a technical writer or just documentation creator, AI can do that right now. The next tech role that is at risk in 2026 is customer support help desk role. So things like routine support queries are being handled by chatbots, virtual assistants, fewer human agents are needed for first level support. I think we've all seen chatbots in one way or the other in different sites where it's like you go into a site and it's saying, oh, I can help you with this problem. What do you need? And then you start to chat, and to an extent, the chatbot can help you solve your problem, unless it's something that really needs a human being to focus on. That is now when the chatbot will direct you to a human being. But in most cases, chatbots are already replacing customer service to a large extent. So what might replace customer support is human roles moves to handling escalated cases, maintaining AI support system, training bots, improving UX. I think this is just what I've spoken about. Except if it's something that AI cannot handle, then they escalate it and involve a human being. But for those basic, frequently asked questions, AI can pretty much step in and do the job. Then we have administrative or clerical tech support roles. These are highly automatable. Tools already exist. And the things that would be replacing this role will be automation, AI assistant, scheduling bots, robotic process automation. People may be needed for oversight or non-standard cases. It's already saying that this administrative role is already off the hook. AI has already pretty much done its big one on this role. So yeah. So we have middle management in tech, product, and engineering. Why this is vulnerable is because AI tools for monitoring, reporting, performance metrics reduce needs for layers. Companies may flatten. And what may replace middle management in tech, product, or engineering would be more emphasis on technical leadership, strategy, cross-team coordination, but fewer layers of managers doing routine oversight. This reminds me of my own experience. I would say I was in the middle management of my team or of my company or department. And what we were told when we were being laid off was that they don't need us to do those jobs because the higher managers could now do the things that were expected from us to do. So basically, even though we were in tech, they felt like maybe most of those things could now be automated. And since they're automating those things, the people that had more responsibility, they now have more free time to now take on the tasks that we were doing in the past, if that makes sense. So now they need more emphasis on technical leadership. They need strategy, cross-team coordination, but fewer layers of managers. Like I was laid off, my manager was laid off, my manager's managers was laid off. So I think that my own experience just proves that this is true. It's already even happening in 2025. So we also have legal tech, contract review, paralegals in tech. So tools increasingly do contract review, document analysis, legal research, which are part of legal tech work. To be honest, even tools like ChatGPT can actually create basic contracts. And I know that there are other more advanced tools tailored towards the legal side of things. If you're in the legal aspect of tech, ChatGPT is saying that focus is shifting towards oversight right now and specialization on more complex cases and AI tool management. So finally, we have roles like basic content creation and marketing operations. So for example, image production, simple copywriting, social media scheduling. We have generative models that can produce graphics, draft text, content pipelines are being automated. Right now, humans will focus more on strategy, creativity, ideation, brand voice, and performance analytics. Now, I think this is already happening. As a content creator myself, I find that AI has been really helpful in like fine-tuning my ideas. So AI doesn't generate the ideas for me, but AI helps with structure. It can even help to generate graphics. Like you actually don't even need like to spend much time in creating your graphics. AI can actually do a good job at that. This is why you need to hone in on the human side of things. So your strategy, your creativity, your ideation, your brand voice, and your performance. I think this is more of like working with AI rather than letting AI go, because if you are not using AI right now, you're probably behind, and AI can actually help to improve your content in a very good way, to be honest. So in terms of what you can actually do to stay ahead, the first thing I would actually advise for you to do is to build skills that AI struggles to replace. So things that makes you human, like your critical thinking, human-centered designs and user experiences, complex problem solving, leadership and collaboration. These things are what makes you human. And these things are things that AI unfortunately cannot replace. So lean into those things. I want you to understand that AI can actually help to generate things like interfaces, but AI cannot replace things like empathy, psychology, and real-world usability testing. AI cannot help to motivate your teams. AI cannot help to lead your teams. And AI cannot manage uncertainties. That is what makes you human, and you need to lean into that side of things. Secondly, you need to upskill in the areas that are growing with AI, because AI, unfortunately or fortunately, is here to stay. And so what that means for you is that you need to learn to use AI so that you continue to remain relevant in the tech space. You need to learn the tools that are specific to your field, the tools that would actually set you apart and give you a best chance of succeeding in your area of work. I know that what is standing out right now is areas like cybersecurity, and that is because of the increasing use of AI. And now we do need cybersecurity people to step in case of cyber attacks. So things like that, just upskill in the best way possible. Thirdly, you want to shift towards doing higher value roles, and this would involve not just wanting to do the task, but leaning towards more leadership roles. So you might want to lean towards overseeing, verifying, and improving AI output. You want to actually move up to roles that involve you doing more strategy, product, architectural work, and rather than routine implementation. Fourthly, you want to build a career safety net. Guys, I have spoken to you guys about building a portfolio. This is where it comes in. Build your portfolio. I have explained in so many videos on how you can actually build a portfolio quickly using Gamma. I'll link a video here, and I'll also link a video to Gamma in the description of this video. But you need to focus on building your portfolio. Your portfolio would generally contain things like your side projects. It can also show proof that you can actually adapt to the changing world. You need to focus on building your network as well. These days, many opportunities come from personal networks and not necessarily job boards. So focus on building your networks, even if it's just LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever platform. There are a lot of platforms out there. Focus on building your personal networks. Those could open doors for you rather than job board. Keep learning, prioritize continuous learning, because you'd never really know how far you can go just by the things that you have learned, just by knowing the things that you know. Honestly, like in this ever-changing AI world, you really need to prioritize continuous learning, whether it's AI tools or learning cybersecurity or learning something in this tech space. That is what will actually keep you relevant. So you really never know. Also, you need to be willing, like very willing, to pivot into industries that are not saturated by AI. I know we want to identify with tech, but to be honest, these days less is more. If you don't mind, you can actually pivot to industries that are less saturated or are slower to automate. That way you can still keep your job. So think about it. So I want you to think of it this way. If AI is actually going to replace repetitive tasks or replace some of these roles, your safest bet is to own your creativity, and it is to own you being human. This video is not to scare you in any way. It is just enlightening you of what the world is becoming so that you can start to take the right steps to ensure that you are not being put out of jobs soon. So I wish you all the best in the job market, and I hope that you continuously find ways to stay relevant in this AI world. If you like content like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.